It's not Monday, it's actually Thursday and I'm doing a practice walk. Let me explain to you why. So, last Sunday, Joep and I were at a party.
Joep! Yeah! It's Monday! It's fucking raining, man! Of course it fucking is! It's Monday! Happy Monday! Happy Monday! And Christmas. And what Christmas? And pizza.
Now that's all fun and such, but there was no way we're gonna walk that Monday, even though we were obviously planning to, because a couple of hours before that, this happened. Cocktails!
It was at this moment he knew he fucked up.
Of course, I was going to be the hero who was going to run through the rain to get cocktails for his friends who were sheltering under a parasol because there was a sudden downpour going on. The grass was a bit more slippery than I expected, so when I tried to make a turn, that didn't happen, and I slid in a way that completely ruined my right leg. Now, you can see I'm walking, so apparently it's not that bad. It still hurts quite a bit, but I haven't been able to walk for, well, 2.5 days at all, and then it slowly got better. My knee was all blue and swollen, and I thought I may have ruptured something, but it seems it was just severely sprained. Suffice to say, we did not walk that Monday. We didn't even plan to do a proper walk because, after the party it was going to be heavy. But we skipped it all together so I could heal. The good news is, next Monday we've got a Tour de Meuse XL going on. And that's the video you're watching right now. And that is in a very, very flat place.
I think that's flat enough, Stijn.
That's flat enough for me today.
Come on, let's go.
Coffee with a view. We're just inside that bagels and beans there, and it's looking at the docks. Anyway, we are fueled up and ready for the rest of this walk.
Let me catch my map, because so far I'm very familiar. Actually, I'm pretty familiar in Amsterdam, but we made
this walk.
We made this walk because there are a lot of walks, but they are either too short or too highlighty, too less highlights.
Too little highlights.
Too little, too less.
So we got our own walk going on, which will also be in the description.
19.9 kilometers, so including 2 record stores and a lot of food. So
I can see where this becomes a problem. That will be the record stores, won't it? It's all flat though, so the 19.9 should be easily doable even with my messed up right leg.
We're going to cross a bridge, or actually walk underneath the train tracks and go to the 9 streets, oftewel 9 straatjes. That is now very popular for shopping and very fancy people. And then we are walking the wrong direction.
Oh, but there's a good view there.
Okay, views first.
Would you look at that? A bridge that's wobbly by design. Is it wobbly though, Joep? A little bit actually, yeah. I can't do that. You can feel it, right? Yeah.
Stijn can't do that because his foot is still hurting.
Yep.
Oh,
my knee is still hurting, but we're gonna do
nice
this.
views. People, can you imagine summer in July?
We're supporting our colleagues here.
Our colleagues, I think those are the people that made the maps that we didn't use today and then made a new one. So, dear colleagues of Shite Guides, we're gonna Google it. And we're gonna also send you the GPX file of the walk that I made. Check you on the flip side.
Look at that, Joep. It's Liège all over again.
No pigeon, but a dog this time.
Dog in the light.
But I think somebody stole some idea of some place. I'll watch our videos.
Submarine. We're at the back of Central Station, and there's a free boat shuttle right there that takes you to the other side of the Amstel River, where there's some music venues going on. It's a bit of a financial district there, and you can take that shuttle for free with your bike or on foot, which is a cool thing to do. We thought about doing it, but time-wise, Joep, you're orange. But time-wise, it was a bit tight, so you're gonna have to take our word for it. Free shuttle, take it if you want to be on a boat for free.
Schiphol Airport en Rotterdam Centraal.
Amsterdam Central Station, definitely prettier on the outside than it is on the inside. The inside is very utilitarian, but look at the thing. There's a perfect copy of the station. Don't follow the banana's in Joep. There's a perfect copy of the station in Tokyo, by the way. They liked it so much they just copy and pasted it. So if you want to see the station and you're nearer to Tokyo than to Amsterdam, there you go.
I think by now our fan base spreads also in the regions of Asia. So
Does it now?
yeah. By the way, did you tell the people who designed all of
actually,
this?
fair enough. So it's designed by Pierre Kuipers, who we mentioned many moons ago in our Roermond video, because he is from Roermond, right? So he's actually from the south of the country, and he designed this gorgeous station, which I would say, not bad, Pierre, not bad. This is a street that goes to the station or comes from the station, depending on which way you're going. It's called Rokin, and it's always absolute chaos. It's actually not that busy now. This is very much okay. If you don't like busy places, just keep walking. It'll calm down eventually. But this can be a bit much for people who have a fear of crowds.
The best thing happened, Stijn.
What happened?
There were 3 English ladies, and they were stopping, and they were a little bit nervous, and I said, "Oh, coffee. But this is just for coffee, right?" They definitely needed coffee, but they were afraid to get weed.
Yeah, okay. In case you don't know, you should before you come to Amsterdam. But when something's called a coffee shop, they probably don't sell coffee. Actually, they're not legally allowed to sell coffee. So use your nose. When in doubt, remember, the trams have right of way. Also, the cyclists don't have right of way, but they pretend that they do. So you may want to, if you're not from here, beware of the cyclists.
Back in the days, this was the street where all the shipping industry entertainment was. So you can imagine what that would have looked like. Actually, if you enter this area from the central station part, it's still a bit on the dodgy side. But then when you enter the Haarlemmerstraat, you can see nice restaurants, or at least sandwich shops, very fancy, expensive coffee and toasties, but also a lot of shops. So it's really upgrade of what it used to be. It's called the 9 Streets area, so there are 9 streets, I guess, maybe 10 by now, or 7, that are really fancy schmancy. We're gonna walk 2 of them and then go
On a merry way.
Onwards to the Jordan.
You're done!
Oh, surely!
As I'm sure you all know, Amsterdam's a city of bikes. There's bikes aplenty. 13,000 per year are falling into the canals, and they do take them out in varying state of decay. And if you look at that bridge there in the distance, it's full of bicycles. We will be there eventually, so I'm sure we can see that up close. Just not sure when our walk is going to take us there. We're walking on the Noordermarkt, which means the North Market, and there's actually a market going on a Monday. Slightly unexpected. Some vintage stuff, some clothing. Let's see if we can find anything that we then can't bring. Ooh, records! I see records. Amsterdam is generally quite a rushed city, but the speed is definitely much lower here, which is a nice variety. Over my shoulder there's way more market. We're pulling ourselves away from it because we do love it, but we have a route to finish up. Where do we go?
Stijn is slow today. We go
there. On the tops of many Amsterdam buildings you see these sticky out bits. They're called hoist bars, hijsbalken, and they were used for traders who wanted to store stuff in their attic, because there's no way you're gonna do this. I'm sure you guys all know that the Dutch word for stairs is trap, and that's spelled exactly like the English word trap, and there's a reason for that. Well, actually that's not the reason, but they are a bit treacherous. So you don't want to have to take all of your wares up to your attic every time. So they use these hooks that are in these bars to just hoist things up. And these days people just use them for moving.
Amsterdam is treating us very well today. There are a lot of Utrecht vibes here on this side, by the way.
Now that you mentioned that, Utrecht vibes, but also Leiden vibes, Delft vibes, Amersfoort vibes, Haarlem vibes. That's a thing that many tourists get wrong in Amsterdam. First of all, they take a photo of the first canal they see. There's tons of them, obviously. And the first one's never the prettiest. Second of all, it's not just Amsterdam that has them. So if you want to have canals in a less busy environment, you can go to any of the cities I just mentioned and more. Especially on this side of the country, sort of the Midwest and the Northwest. There's a lot of canals, so plenty of canals if you're into that.
Stijn, we're walking into a party or something.
Oh shit.
Or there's a pancake restaurant on TikTok that's very famous. I don't know.
Well, they have beer. I see kegs.
Oh yes.
But I think the problem was
Absolutely no clue what's going on there. Oh, you figured it out. You figured it out. What is it?
The Anne Frank house.
Ah, it's the Anne Frank house, of course. It's not very pretty. We actually omitted it from our walk because it's just not a very nice building, as you can see behind me. But of course, the story has great historic value. So if you're interested in that, go there. Many Dutch people haven't gone there, actually. I've never been. Oops. This is Westerkerk, Westerchurch on the Western Market.
Yes. A lot of markets that we're going to see.
Not as much market going on here, though.
I think the previous market was overwhelming enough. It's the first thing that you encounter in Amsterdam. A lot of people, a lot of things that are happening. So if you're from the countryside, as I am, as always, it takes some minutes to recover. But yeah, it's lovely here.
Now I'm the complete opposite. When I was a kid, like 2 or 3 years old, my parents would already take me to flea markets, so I'm used to running around in large groups of people. When I go to a festival, when a big band music festival, when a big band stops playing, I have the tendency to want to go against the stream to whatever is there, probably like, I don't know, smoothies or something. And people always say I'm mad, but I love
He is mad.
I am mad, but I love the people coming at you. You have all these little interactions. I am not really easily impressed with big crowds, so this is all good for me.
I told Stijn I actually love this part because of the beautiful building and all the arcades, the shopping gallery that is here. And we googled a bit. We love walking here, but I actually don't know shit. This is built in the late 19th century. There was water here before, but as we do in the Netherlands, we take out the water and make a street out of it. It was actually to connect the part on that side where the Dam is and the palace on the Dam. And on the back side, the 9th Street area with the Western and Northern Market. The building is designed by a guy called Van Gent, and actually his sons designed the gallery. So it's a nice family project. It still looks amazing. There still are a lot of shops inside, and everywhere you look is a canal. And
I see a canal.
a Stijn.
I'm not everywhere you look though, but I'm following you around. You do realize that, right?
Okay.
In an attempt at keeping today sort of financially viable, I'm getting some lunch at the supermarket because
Overwhelming as well.
it's not. It's a big supermarket. It's not a cheap city, obviously.
Fly.
Oh, yep. We found our local delicacy, and he's checking if it is made in the province of Limburg.
No.
Behind me is the Kalverstraat. It's sort of the Champs-Élysées of Amsterdam, the sort of main shopping street in a way. Joep looks at me like I'm mad, but I know it's not the same. Either way, Kalverstraat is the most expensive straat.
No Champs-Élysées. No Champs-Élysées.
Kalverstraat is the most expensive street on Monopoly, the game, if you play the Dutch version. So there you go. Make sure you get
That's
that
why
one.
I want to come here.
Yeah, make sure you get that one. It's a big one. Got some hotels there. I don't think it has many hotels, to be honest. So I left the Royal Palace. Not anymore, but that's what it used to be. Looking particularly dirty.
They actually cleaned the upper part, so as you can see, that's white with gold.
But then the rest?
Black as my soul.
This is Dam Square, by the way, so the main square of
Dam
Amsterdam.
Square.
There's not much to do here, but it's where all the tourists are. So this is the other side of the street Rokin that I showed you in the beginning. So the busy vibe is still going on here for sure. Jesus is coming. And it looks like we need him because death is already here. Smooth.
I remember coming here as a kid, and we talked to a guy that was selling food for pigeons. There are a lot of pigeons here, but back in the day there were like 20 million more pigeons. And I was telling my mom that I thought it was very weird that they were actually feeding them, because then even more pigeons would come. And then this guy told us that the city council of Amsterdam actually encouraged those people to sell that food because there was also poison inside. So eventually they would kill the pigeons and not feed them.
That's really
that's a
not
true
okay.
story.
I can assure you that right now that's not happening because the current mayor of Amsterdam is the old leader of the Green Party. So I'm pretty sure she likes pigeons. I like pigeons, so I'm all for all the pigeons. It's not that many today, unfortunately. Otherwise I would sit among them and they would probably land on me, as they tend to do. Joep and I are allowing ourselves 2 beers today, but not here. We're going to have a slightly more chill beer experience, and this is, as I just said, still the very, 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 very busy area. We're still in exactly the same street we just were, where I said it was still very busy, and if it wasn't for that truck, this would be a very serene spot. There's a little alleyway there, and somewhere there is Zeppo's Cafe. If you want to have a very nice, very simple but very good lunch, I do recommend. I've been there once. Very friendly, very lovely food.
Man has a plan.
With a herring! Verse vis. Cheerio.
Vitamin B incoming.
I guess these are caught locally because they're fresh as heck. Good stuff. They're gonna smell so bad. Fish and onions.
Healthy snack dough.
Well, that sucks, Joep. This is the Tuschinski Theater. It's a movie theater.
I was just texting the managing director of Pathé. It actually owns this beauty piece of oldness. I think it's, I don't know, 1928 or maybe...
It's a weird mix of Art Nouveau, Art Deco and Jugendstil, and it's a gorgeous facade that I will show you now. But unfortunately, it is in scaffolding. Joep and I have a bit of history with this place, don't we?
Oh man, I had the privilege to being screened in this theater.
Shall we give the people a link to that video?
Yeah.
It was a video we shot for your old friends, actually.
Yeah, we had a weekend with friends, and there was a horse trailer was part of that weekend. We had a horse trailer with a bar in it. It was actually a surprise for the people visiting the weekend, and it was somewhere in the Ardennes, close to Pernode, a place that we've been to very often in our student days. Anyways, we also made a trailer to announce the weekend. And Stijn and I made that. We drove all the way to Pernode from Maastricht. It's like 1.5 hour drive. And we made an official movie trailer. And it is broadcasted here.
Because the managing director is one of the guys who went with you, right? Yeah.
And so we were watching here a movie, I think it was The Gentleman, with 25 people that are living here in this region. And I asked the director if it was possible to show that trailer. He didn't see it. He just said if there's no sex in it or anything perverse, you can do it. So I got the email of the technical guy, and nobody was paying attention until they saw me lying on the railroad tracks in Pernode. And then shit hits the fan.
Have a look.
have a look. The link is down here. Make me famous.
You can't see the outside, but the inside's pretty impressive too.
I think even more impressive.
I've actually never been in this theater. Joep obviously saw his own trailer there in the movie, but I've never been. But it's a gorgeous building. Maybe I should go watch a movie here someday. Amsterdam's known as a rather tolerant city for everyone that isn't, you know, your white straight male. And this street is sort of the embodiment of that, as you can see. Even the scaffolding has all of the right colors. And lately, the LGBT scene in the city has been a bit under fire. There's a lot of intolerance going on worldwide, and you can even tell in Amsterdam. So we're walking through the street just to show you it's there. There's a place where the LGBTQIA+ are safe and free, and let's please keep it that way. That's temporary, but that flag is always there. May need some extra colors soon though. Amsterdam has loads of squares, but they're not all for churches. Some of the churches are just in the middle of the city, in between the typical Amsterdam houses. If you don't look up, you'll just walk past them without noticing. So by all means, do look up.
Oh ja, dat is daar.
Ttartisan was a famous singer here, made famous by singing what we call the levenslied, the life song, which in French you would call the chanson. Not really my genre of music, but he's got a whole square named after him, which is where we are now, and some statues of him and the people he performed with.
People who performed with him. This is Mankenelis, man. And Tante Leen. They're at least as famous as Johnny Jordaan.
I mean, you would know.
Stijn would have no idea. There's another reason that we're here, because Stijn promised me something when it was 2:30. And that's exactly 2:30 now.
Yep. It's that time of day.
Cheers,
Self-service. It's not really our brand, is it? But when in Rome.
It's better than your Amsterdam brand.
Nice and cool though. Hands free.
Lazy bastard.
Nice little break in the middle of the day. We shouldn't sit here for too long because we won't be able to get up, but it's a nice little break.
It's a nice little bar too. Maybe you should make some footage.
I will go inside when I go to the toilet. I will definitely go inside when I go to the toilet.
I hope so.
For people who are not from the Netherlands, beer's pretty expensive here. This is a €4 beer, so be prepared to get poor or get drunk.
Get poured.
Maar dan heb je ook nog een leuk restaurantje erbij en heel leuk hoor.
We had a lovely beer at Café de Eland. Café de Meuse!
Eland. What an eland.
Really quaint, cute place actually. Very friendly. Just outside of the busy area, so pretty good little break on our heavy schedule.
It's still Prinsengracht here though, so...
Yeah, we just keep following the Prinsengracht for some
not
reason.
that off the beaten path. Yeah, it goes round.
Well, so Amsterdam, if you look at a map you'll see, is shaped like this. So there's canals everywhere, and you can follow them all. They're actually all worth visiting. And this was the Prinsengracht, the Princess Canal. It's one of the really cute ones.
If you would ask me or Stijn what is the best sounding venue in Amsterdam, it's definitely not Paradiso, but it's this one. The Milky Way. I had the privilege to be here once with Jimmy Duchateau, the very famous, formerly known as Jimmy D. But that's just a nice fun fact. That's only fun for me, but hey, I'm here now anyways. We're going to the Leidseplein. If you want to have even more expensive beer, go there. We're obviously not going for the beer, but
So you played here. I only went here as a visitor, and it is one of my favorite Dutch music venues. It sounds great, and there's a good vibe. There's generally a really pleasant audience there. I don't really know why, because it should be the same audience as any other music venue in this city. But somehow the Milky Way always has that vibe going. Recommend you go there if there's a band you want to see, or if you just want to, go there. Welcome to Leidseplein, one of the more famous squares for drinking and eating in Amsterdam. And they know, because the prices are exactly as you'd expect. It's a very nice place to sit though, after a long day in Amsterdam. It's really lovely lit at night, so I do recommend you go there for a beer, but pick a cheap one.
I once visited with a good friend of mine that lives here in Amsterdam. Very nice specialty beers and a bit more local vibe than the Leidseplein. That's just around the corner. So go check it out. There's also a poetry slam and an open mic night.
Café Elders. And there's an alarm going somewhere.
Yeah, let's move.
Leidseplein from the other side, unfortunately blocked by a truck and a trash bin. He was trying to find the Concertgebouw, the concert building.
A lot of cultural things are going on. We just crossed Leidseplein and showed you guys the Milky Way, the Melkweg. We have two theaters here. The International Theater on this side, what I also thought is a hotel or something, but it's dance at this time. We have the City Theater, a little bit more Wes Anderson architecture.
Very Wes Anderson.
And we're going towards the Vondelpark and the Rijksmuseum, but not before we show you guys the Temple of Holiness, Paradiso.
Homo sapiens non urinat in ventum. People, don't piss into the wind. This is Paradiso, and if this looks like church windows to you, that is because it is. This used to be a church, it's now a music venue, and you get the rare situation where you walk into a music venue and you see the band, and behind the band is the original stained glass windows, with lights behind them of course. There's nothing playing yet, but there's people waiting already, and the backstage door was open, so stuff is gonna happen. I don't know who's playing here today, but it's a classic music venue, one of the most famous one in the Netherlands, but I still prefer the Milky Way. We just bumped into a record store that we don't know. I just bumped into the tram rails. We just bumped into a record store that we don't know, so let's have a quick look here. What did you find, Mr. Morrison?
Happy customers leaving the
Happy
building.
customers leaving the building. Let's not go downstairs, because there's more downstairs, you. Problem with record shopping is I have a camera to hold. I can't really hold a record bag, so whatever I buy, Joep is gonna have to carry. So I've been very strong, and I only got one Bob Dylan 7-inch.
No, two.
One, I got one.
Oh.
You know you're in Amsterdam when something magic mushrooms and the city's most famous museum are right next to each other. Welcome to the Rijksmuseum. I was actually there for the first time a couple of weeks ago, and it's pretty much worth the entrance fee. There is a lot to see there. And it's a gorgeous building on the inside. So what's happening here, and the reason the musicians here are always ridiculously good, they're conservatory students that practice here for an audience. This guy though is...
Let's wave to my colleagues.
That guy is in a league of his own, and Joep is going to wave to his colleagues at the Rijksmuseum. Joep,
Yes.
it's happening again.
Everything is closed, or?
Well,
Oh, actually, everything's open.
Yeah, they opened the fountain and the
But
sort
it's
of
fenced.
watery area that's usually here. So it's fermé once again.
Oh man.
Fences,
But it's not raining, so there's something off.
all good, all good. So
But I love
the museum district. So where all the museums are, not just the Rijksmuseum. The Van Gogh Museum is right
Everything is on the opposite
there,
side. Yeah.
and the Concertgebouw, the concert building, is right there.
And Stedelijk Museum.
Stedelijk Museum, the
bathtub.
City Museum is right there. The Moco Museum is right there. So if you like your museums, you may want to need a day or two here, at least. One for the Rijksmuseum and another one for the rest. It's a good day out though, if you're into that. So usually there is a watery thing going on. I'm not sure what they're doing now, but it's clearly closed. At least the fences have some wood. Time for a little self-reflection. You?
Time for some reflection. I think it's time for a proper snack.
Snack. So this is the City Museum. And if you think it looks like the base of a bathtub, wait until you see it from a slightly higher point of view. Joep did not agree with me calling it the City Museum because it's actually het Stedelijk Museum. It's one of the most famous design museums in the world, and yeah, it's a bit of an entity, so I can't just translate the name. Stedelijk Museum. Looks like a bathtub still. It's a good idea, having something to chill right outside some museums. You sometimes need a little time to put yourself together before you can face the city again.
You want chill?
They're multiplying.
Let's go to the bar. To the park. To the bar.
It's
It's all in the heart.
it's saloon salon all over again, isn't it?
Yes.
Joep is going very Portuguese. I'm not sure if that means anything for our.
Next tour.
Yeah, I would love that, but pastel de nata for you?
Nom nom.
2 minutes of walking away from the chaos from the museum square, and have a listen.
I hear a dog shitting.
Yeah, the only thing we hear is someone opening the bag for their dog shit. That's literally the only sound here, so yeah, it's not that hard to find peace and quiet in the middle of Amsterdam, but you have to avoid the touristy bits. You can do a whole walk here without seeing anything busy, by the way. Just gotta get out of the metro at Waterlooplein, start there and then keep walking, and don't go anywhere near Rokin or the station or the dam or the museums, and
Or the city center in general.
you'll be chilling. This is the city center still.
Yeah, that's true. Vondelpark is actually at a parallel of this street.
Yeah.
But Stijn has to show you guys something first. Then
Yeah.
we walk back. Like a stroll in the park.
We're still in that calm neighborhood, but there's some little bars and some shops here for the people who live in this neighborhood, so it's all a bit fancy. Buying something here is absolutely unachievable. This is a very different price class, but yeah, I wouldn't mind living here. You?
Yes,
Would you live here?
I live here.
Oh, you do live here. That
I live now. I
was
bought
quick.
these flowers.
He lives in the flowers.
So they're mine now. Pretty.
For people who know London a little bit, this is sort of the Chelsea of London. So it's not the most extravagant, expensive area, but you wish you could live there. And you have to drive a Chelsea tractor, or as they call it here in Amsterdam, a PC Hoofdtractor, because PC Hoofd Street is a street nearby, near the park, which is where we're going now. Now you can ask yourself if it's worth the walk, but here's a street where the houses are slightly higher, and in order for the trees to get enough light, they started moving away from the houses and eventually crossed each other in the middle. And now you have this really cool lane where the trees are pretty much hugging. That's puts a new definition to tree huggers. Thus we enter the Vondelpark. No djembes, no music, no barbecues, no market stands, but most of all, no bloody mopeds, Joep. Don't you dare come here with your moped.
And I just put my djembe over there, so we have to get that on our way
Also,
back.
don't forget your barbecue when you leave.
Okay.
Many years ago, some parakeets and parrots and such escaped near this park, and they settled down here and managed to adapt to the weather here in the Netherlands. So you continuously hear parakeets and parrots here. Haven't been able to catch any of them, but they are here and they're loud. It's quite a large park. It's a bit of a walk, and we have got a bit of speed going, despite my knee, which is doing fine, by the way. Because we still want to get to Concerto, which is Amsterdam's, and I think the Netherlands' biggest record store, largest record store by far. It's also a very good record store. So the combination of having the largest good record store in the country
And our bank account.
and only 45 minutes, that's going to be a challenge. And our bank accounts, yeah, that too. Here's another one of those moments where Amsterdam does a 180-degree turn. You exit the park, you're back in chaos. Just like that. And bicycles. This street needs smell-o-vision.
Oh Lord.
It's a lot of Italian and Southern American places, and apparently Dutch cuisine, which is not a thing. It smells of steak here. It's nice. Joep is plotting the route. I am drinking yet another coffee. And Joep's phone has run out of juice, which is a problem because apparently I was supposed to bring a cable that I didn't. So.
I've eaten the navigation before. So.
Oh shit. So it's within you. Or have you already processed it?
Digest.
Yeah. Lady of the house.
Extra steps are extra steps.
The last time you did that, you were in Venlo.
This is like the best of movie, right?
You may notice that that house there, and the ones around it actually, it's not exactly straight. The reason for that is that Amsterdam is a city that shouldn't be. It is built pretty much in water, or at least in a swamp. And in order to mitigate the issue of water not being the best thing to build on, they just built the damn thing on poles. The roads, the houses, everything. There's poles in the water, keeping everything sort of above the water. And though it works fine, the city's still here after many hundreds of years, it does mean that the houses tend to tilt a bit and skew a bit. And,
So it's not only wobbly bridges, but wobbly
everything actually.
Wobbly cities.
The good news is when you get into the houses, everything is straight and well maintained. It's just that when you are in a hallway in an Amsterdam house, I'll show the people that one in a second. You just saw the other side of the same house, it's even worse. When you look outside of a house, you're in like a hallway or so, you see that the floor is straight and the windows are... It's a very weird feeling. Here's another good spot for taking canal selfies or just generally canal photos. This is the corner of the Keizersgracht, Keizerskanaal, and the Reguliersgracht. Look at how cute this is, and at night you can see there's little bulbs there on all of the arches. They will light up at night, so this is a great place to be when the sun sets. Except for the white ugly car. So this record store once started somewhere in the middle, I think, and kept expanding. So it's 1, 2, 3,
That's the end, man.
4, 5 buildings. They also sell audio and coffee. But I just finished the coffee, so let's go.
In here.
We're on a mission, not for a Mars ice cream this time, but Joep's cable is missing, other juice. But this mission takes us past the Rembrandtplein, where you can have a lovely beer and look at the statue of the painter Rembrandt.
I thought of Neil Armstrong.
And an astronaut. Let's go there.
Joseph Klibanski, the thinker.
He's thinking, all right. It's
What
rocket
he was
science.
thinking about.
Pigeon. This is where Joep is gonna find his juice. Because his phone has 2% left. And it's getting treacherous. Behind me is the flower market. All of these stalls, the other side of course, because people don't walk on water usually. They sell seeds and they sell flower bulbs. And I never quite get why people go there, why it's so worth going, honk. But yeah, that's the flower market. It's one of the many very popular sites in Amsterdam and we're skipping it. I showed you the slightly skewed, warped house. This is the record holder. Are you ready? It's actually like that. This is no trickery. And it's even cool that only the bottom is particularly skewed. And the rest is sort of okay. It's kind of hard to get a reference though, because the one next to it is also completely shifted.
Oh, there's you can see the gap that they filled.
Yeah, they filled the gap.
Twice.
They filled the gap and it's, yeah.
Well, but that's
a gap, all right.
You look, they filled the gap there, but it's
still a gap.
Still a gap.
National Opera and Ballet, as I'm sure you figured, and the Blauwbrug, if I'm not mistaken, the Blue Bridge. And what a beautiful bridge that is.
But it's not blue, Stijn.
It's grey.
How about it?
Dabba
Do you have a story about the bridge?
Do you have a story about the bridge?
No, that's my question to you. Because it's not blue.
No, let's Google and get to the bridge. So the Blue Bridge, which was built in 1883, has that name not because it's in any way blue, because it's not, but because the bridge that was here before, that was made of wood, had blue railings. That's the whole story. So not a blue bridge, but still a very cool bridge with gorgeous pillars with lamps on them. Looking good, this thing. We should take a little distance and look at it from that bridge, which is also awesome. Joep, cards.
They look so fancy, they must
Cost a fortune.
these cost a fortune. And actually, the quality is very shitty. Oh, €1.50. Ah, that's okay.
Oh Lord, he's got a cup.
It's dinner time.
Bag. Now, I can't read Asian characters, but here the street names have Asian characters, because this is Chinatown. This is called Zeedijk, Zeedijk. They weren't very creative with the English or Dutch there. And this is where all the good food comes from.
But before we're going, hopefully, to a fusion that is over here.
Yep.
We're going to find a local bar that's also here.
You know this bar?
2.
Oh. So you ordered Bernardus up 12, and then I did too.
Watch the Antwerpen movie.
Yep, exactly. I did too, but then this was all that came out of the tap. So I also have Shime. So
designated driver
is not driving. Is not driving anytime soon. You? Let's toast the one that matches in color. Cheerio.
Cheerio, boy.
Ooh. Our barman just fooled you because he was like, "Do you want to try Amstel?" And then he gave him a full glass.
No, I ordered it.
Oh, you ordered it? Okay.
I trust them.
This is Joep's
the second rodeo.
This is Joep's most hated beer. Cheerio.
Ik blijf bij mijn mening, maar het is oké.
Jammer.
Vind ik goed genoeg.
Ik doe het voor jou.
I still don't see the problem. Well, I'm afraid we gotta go.
Okay,
Unfortunately, we gotta go.
Nice one.
Yes.
That was something.
Oh, my
we
God.
were just in a left-wing redneck
This is
bar.
not for YouTube.
We were in a left-wing redneck bar.
Did you film the bartender?
No, well, maybe sort of, kind of. I'm not
He's
sure.
like the redneck.
He's awesome. He's really cool. The
Left
bar,
wing.
The bar is called het 11e gebod.
Oh,
The 11th commandment.
go there.
Go there, by all means.
5.5 stars on Google.
But we ended up talking to a Trumpist. So
Fuck, that escalated too quick.
we we had fun though, and now we're gonna get food.
It works.
When in Chinatown. Our plan was.
I made a promise.
Our plan was to get Asian food, but then we saw the prices and we were like, yeah. And then our plan was to get kebabs. And then he said out loud, while in front of a pizza shop, oh, we can get pizza. And then the guy standing outside
These are the best pizzas in the city.
yeah, he said, why not? And I was like, yeah, fair enough. So now we're getting pizza with a view.
It's a bit of greenish view, but
What are you saying?
it's a bit green, but I know a canal when I see one.
Oh, yeah. Works. Look at all the instruments there. Look at that.
Shall I play some?
Feel free. You may want.
Ding, ding, ding,
You may want to tune them first.
Did you
though.
tell us the bartender of the 11th Commandment said, oh, you're from Limburg, right? Come see us the 20th of July in Venlo at Grenswijk. I play the starting, I'm the starting
act.
band,
Support act, yeah.
Support act of a big band, the Bridge City Sinners. Bridge City Sinners. Actually a really
Oh, what's
cool
his band called again? Jesco?
Jesco.
Jesco, there you
Look
go.
it up.
We'll put a link to the band in the description. I stopped drinking beer, obviously. You didn't.
It's alcohol free. Obviously I didn't.
Only you believe that. Yup. We've got pizza.
USB mode.
USB
That escalated quick.
That Italianated quickly. Well, we just went to a sort of Italian music.
Yeah, he was actually complaining about the music because it was a little bit too disco.
For my liking.
Modern for us, but no, this is the other
Extreme.
other side of the metal.
Metal.
That suits the environment. Gaan we zo en dan terug?
Deal. Pizza has been acquired.
He was actually right.
He was right, it was really good. And
And we got it pimped to our own likings, so that's a good
which
thing.
means adding olives. So
And
we,
skip and paprika.
we didn't plan to be here this late, but it's actually a good thing because we're now going to walk to the red light district. Of course, we're
What?
not.
Are you still hungry?
Not what I meant. Of course, we're not going to film any of the working women there, but there's some cool red lights outside of those areas as well. Goed plaatje dan. Hello. Hallo. Ja. Hey, is goed, blijven zitten.
Flink veel meer hoor.
Ja, flink veel meer. Many people don't know about this district is that it's actually in a really cute area of the city. You will not know that you're there until you're there. There's some hints because as you can see just now there's some red lights, but the other side looks like this. So nothing gives it away until you're faced with the facts. To absolutely no one's surprise, it's busy as heck here, which is also sort of the problem. It's a massive tourist hotspot, this, and that's obviously not what they're here for, because it's mostly just people looking at what's on offer. And actually, I don't like that. But it is a big part of the city, and I was just already asked if I wanted to buy either weed or women. I'm not interested in either. But yeah, it's the red light district, man, and it's busy as heck. It really stands out, by the way, today. So many things that are being offered to us. You can tell. You can tell.
No things that this area is famous for.
No, you can
Actually,
get
it is
everything
famous
else.
for drugs, tourism.
Yeah, of course.
Nowadays.
It's interesting because the tourist season is going on, and we look more like tourists than we should probably, even though we're not. I guess speaking English does not help with
It's your
that.
trucker cap, man.
That's my trucker cap. That's one of those streets where obviously I can't really use my camera, but you can see the red lanterns, that sort of gives it away. And you can see how busy it is. So the district is a weed-free zone. You can't smoke weed here.
Smoke weed every day.
Like we ever do.
Nope.
No. Where are we going, you?
Back.
All right. I never really know what to think of all this. because I'm completely in favor of the open and free prostitution, etc., etc. But everything that hangs around it, both the people and the stuff you get offered, man, it attracts stuff it shouldn't. What's your opinion, Joep?
I'm totally agreeing.
Yeah, what do you do, right?
Yeah,
It's part of the scene in a way that I don't like to see.
The legend goes that it's so big and popular that you can see it from outer space. The red light district.
I think that's bullshit, to be
I
honest.
think it's a hoax, but
Probably a hoax.
let's close this episode in this area with a fun fact, right?
Fun fact.
Even if it's only
Bullshit.
fun and bullshit.
Red light bullshit.
If you do want to close off this chapter of Amsterdam, actually we're almost at Central Station and going home. And also this fun fact, pinpoint place to be in Amsterdam is closed now. Go there for coffee.
Yeah, so this is a church called the Old Church, the Oude Kerk, and this small auxiliary building has the cutest coffee place with
The
great
coffee
pastries.
pourri, I don't
Coffee
even know if it's a word.
pourri,
It's
coffee schrijkerij. Has really good coffee.
and very good pastry.
Are you sorry yet that we haven't been there today?
And what just happened?
We were asked if we could take a photo.
It was Liège all over again.
Oh
There are
yeah.
a lot of Liège references in this video.
Yeah. It's the grunge, man. It's the grunge.
Where's my face? Do I look drunk?
It's your grungy face, man. It's your grungy face.
We were talking about the coffee pourri unit.
So let's walk there. And there we are. That's the coffee place. There's a really cute space to sit
Nope.
in there. And you can order coffee there. And there's the church in the background that you don't have to go. But it's a nice addition. Did
I
you just
mention-
get offered drugs again?
Did I mention
It's
that I was
literally-
offered Coke again? And it was not even
We're technically still
Coca-Cola.
we're still technically in the red light district.
I'm too red for this.
I don't know, man. We apparently
Everybody confuses me with an English guy, I guess.
or someone who's on
bears.
coke a lot. Let's just make it very
just
clear. We
happy
both don't
from-
actually do drugs other than coffee and a beer every now and then.
No, mostly beer, but coffee in the
whiskey.
morning.
I don't even do coffee these days anymore, obviously. But yeah, this is this area. It's
It's actually
It's what happens.
Een smet op deze regio, zou ik
yeah,
zeggen.
yeah. It does taint the area. It does, but it's still a cute area. So we're now walking around the church. It's actually a really cute area. There's loads of bars here. Loads of weed as well because it's still that area.
And there's red light radio here.
There's
as
red
well.
light there, so I'm going to turn the camera down again. You were saying red light radio?
Yes, there's somewhere around here. It's also red light radio. It's
it
actually a really
radio
cool
station?
radio station.
What do they play?
Yeah, I think-
Red light by the Slackers.
Yeah, for an example. No, really cool alternative Amsterdam vibe music. I think you like it.
Oh yeah, let's check it out.
But
red light
the
radio.
lights are on now, so let's.
Camera off. So, well, I'm a bit late.
Oh, you go first.
So okay, that guy just ran up, but that's like
Legend for the video.
public toilet for men. Unfortunately, it's a bit unfair.
Or a very handy woman.
Very yeah. Well, there you go.
Women.
Anyway, I wanted to show you how the toilet works, but we won't. So let's carry on.
What?
Yeah,
You wanna
well-
show your wiener on video?
No. In Amsterdam, we don't do straight. That one is way off in every direction. Again, look at the split between the houses. Holy moly. A slight identity crisis here. Pizza, hot dog, cheeseburger, doner. And then,
And you know, if they
this.
show pictures of the food, it's a no-go, right?
Fair enough, especially if they offer that and then
Like a million pieces of it.
let's carry on. I still want a donut or a muffin though.
Stijn is very high from the
Fumes.
From the fumes here.
Amsterdam has that thing that many Dutch cities don't have, which is that it changes at night into something completely different and awesome. And Joep is whistling me back, but he can't whistle very well. What are you trying to tell me, Joep?
We have to go in here.
Yeah, that looks about right.
Yeah, he's trying to find a point that's unreachable. I think I know where it is.
It is this street.
But I tried
It
it
is this
twice
street.
and then on the left. But I
It is
tried it
this street.
twice, but everything's closed off because Monday and to the Meuse.
Of course, but it's not raining, Joep.
But we're concurrent.
It's not raining. We found it.
Man,
Look at this.
I
You
am
got,
so
you got
lucky.
your bridge, you got your cute houses, you got your corner, you got
right
more
left,
water,
right.
right, and you got your red light.
And your
And your seagull. What more could we ask for? This is Amsterdam, Amsterdam's most Amsterdam corner.
I thought this was a nice backdrop. Blue Hour, the picturesque train station, and the accordion. What's more to like?
I would like
O'Dan.
donuts.
Oh yeah, you want donuts. You still have munchies, right?
I have
Without
munchies
even
for no
using drugs your whole
apparent
life.
reason. It's the vibe, man.
What do you think of it? I'm actually not sure there's going to be a very great video, or very chaotic, or
It's so
none
hard,
of the above.
So hard to capture, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a little bit overwhelming, even for me. I know I love the city, and I know the city quite well. But we had some amazing moments, and a Trump photo,
And a Trump photo.
and some more amazing
And my new
moments.
favorite barman.
Oh yes, go see him back in time, 20th of July in Grenswijk and Venlo.
Yeah, 2024. Bit late.
Or 2024, yeah.
2024.
It's almost
yeah.
Christmas when this video comes out, but
Whatever. What's his band called again?
Jersey?
Jesco?
Nee, Jesko.
Jesco. Go check him out.
Peace out.
Let's go back to the
We
car.
go
man.
to the Batmobile. There's nothing left to say.
Oh, we forgot to tell them what we think of Amsterdam.
Oh, what do you think of Amsterdam?
I mean, I love it. I think it's a city of cities.
Yeah.
Suggest you take a visit, avoid the tourist area.
And we
take a
will
stroll.
fix
Oh, yeah.
our tour that we prepared and was very chaotic.
And we'll
But,
put the link in the description once
We know
it's fixed.
exactly what we missed, and we know exactly what we didn't miss, but with a small detour. So we make it perfect before November.
Late November. Late November, this
Actually,
is live.
when you're watching this, you know which day
It's
it is.
July 8th, late November, when it's cold and miserable outside. You can
July
see us
8 November.
chilling in the sun in Amsterdam.
What he said.
Off to the Batmobile.
Bye bye.
This is
I was net texting the owner
net
of
texting.
this.
net texting.
Dan moeten we dat even doen.
The reason for that is that Amsterdam is a shitty. Shitty. So the Blue Bridge, called that because the wooden bridge that was here before 1883 had wooden railings. I couldn't find that. Oh, okay.
Stijn boy, I'm totally done with Amsterdam. For me, this is the end. Actually, this is the end.
Jump.